heat of this dream. Witness the strength and confidence of those who face these challenges, cause in the end we all win. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Everybody
and to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all those families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
That is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Morning and welcome on a Super Saturday here at the Al Malik grounds in Ajman for the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 11 semi-final number 1 between Sukoon and the ANIB Bulls. Let's have a look at the pitch right here in front of us. You can have a look. It is plain, barren, and a batting-friendly wicket. Boys are going to make merry when they come into bat. Both these teams have a good lineup of batsmen who can go really big. Par score 200 will be par on this wicket. You can see when you bat from this side, going down towards the batsman favor, and there are big runs that they score as the ball travels a lot over the side screen and over the cow corners and the long on areas from this side. The pitch, have a look. It's totally barren. There's absolutely nothing for the bowlers. The only help that you could get is with the new ball. When the ball is new and jags around a bit, can get a batsman into a bit of a trouble. Other than that, it is a belter of a wicket, and we could have a cracker of a game coming up. Stay tuned for the toss. Welcome to the toss of the first semi-finals between ANIB Bulls versus Sukoon. We have Mahesh from Sukoon and Zanal from ANIB at the center with the match officials. Umpire will hand over the coin to Zanal, who will flip the coin. Tail is the call. Heads, Zanal. Zanal, you won the toss. What do you want to do?
We'll be bowling first.
One important game before making it to the finals. What has been the message for the boys coming into this game?
Like I said earlier, we'll not take any team lightly. Okay, that has been the message which I've been passing throughout the tournament.
And what sort of a score do you want to keep these boys down to, that it's easily chaseable when you come back to score it down?
I don't normally, I don't want to mention the number here. We will just stick to our plans, basically, and then we'll see what score it. It'll all depend on the situation, so I don't want to mention the number here.
Anyway, thank you. All the best and have a good game. We'll have Ranjit from Sukoon. Ranjit, happy to bat first on a slightly cloudy morning?
Yeah, it's actually overcast condition. We would also like to bowl first, but I think wicket looks good and toss doesn't matter over here.
Anyway, again, it's just one step away from the big finals. Do you see any kind of a pressure that the boys, or have you told them to just go out and express yourself?
Yeah, not really actually. We are playing with the same team for last 15 to 17 matches. So we are having good coordination with the team. They knows their roles very well. So hopefully we'll have a set up a good total today.
What sort of a total are you looking at? I need anything in mind.
Yeah, wicket looks good and we are expecting like 180 to 200 over here.
Thank you and have a good game. There's a news from the center. ANIB Bulls Captain Zanal winning the toss and he wants to make bowl first. Thank you. Stay tuned. And Hafizur Rahman, the left armer, starts from left arm over the wicket. Have a look at the field that he has got. He's got a man at slip. He's got a man at third man, gully, point, cover, mid off, mid on. Man just going to the right of the umpire at square leg, and we've man at fine leg. Conventional field as ball number one of the semi-finals here. Hafiz bowling slightly short, plays it on the back foot towards the man at covers. Right on the money from the word go. Earlier at the toss, both the captains wanted to make use of the conditions that are there, slightly overcast. And ANIB Bulls was the benefactor. As this time, wrapped him on the pads, going down leg side probably. So, first runs on the board. The umpire signals a leg by first runs of the day. Brings Yasser onto strike. Both these balls that Hafiz has bowled so far in line of the stumps, not wanting to experiment too much. Just wants to make sure give a good start to his side. And this time slightly outside the off stump. Yasser going after that one, but straight into the keeper's hands. Zanal, who's leading the side as well. Imran, the man at slip. Ball number 4, slightly short, and that's the bouncer, surprising the batsman. Batsman surprised with the decision, probably was looking for a wide, but the umpire just calls it 1 for the over, so he's already bowled a bouncer. He's got to make sure he doesn't repeat it back in the over. So 1 run on the board yet. And both the batsmen yet to get out the mark. This time just keeping a bit low. The keeper missing that one, but the man at slip making sure the batsmen don't cross over for a single. So score remains on 1. Last ball of the first over coming up. Yasser yet to get off the mark. He's already faced 2 balls. Hasn't got back to ball yet. This time off the inner half of the bat towards the man at square leg. There's a misfield there. Allows that single. So end of the over. 2 for the loss of no wicket. Yasser off the mark with that single. And Mahesh yet to get off the mark.
and to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
That is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Over number 2 starts off with a wide. Kaviyarasu. Right arm over the wicket. Taking the ball away from the batsman, but ended up bowling it outside the permissible line. So one more extra. Score moves on to 3. Change in the field right away. The man at slip comes out. He goes out to gully. The man at gully goes down to deep point. And the man at short, fine leg brought inside the circle. Only 2 men allowed. Plays it in the air, straight to the man. One bounce towards mid-off. Man mid-off, right at the edge of the circle, probably a couple of feet ahead. He might have been in business out there. Kaviyarasu inviting the batsman to go over the mid-off if he intends to. As this time, much better ball just outside the off stump, leaves the batsman. Wonderful bowling to see, making use of the conditions and the new ball that is there. Ball just shaping away from the batsman at the last minute. After bowling a couple of ones which are slightly wide outside the off stump, this time quite close to the off stump, so better lines. He needs it this time in the air towards the deep gully area. By the time the man at deep point comes round, they score another 2. And he moves on to 3. Score moves on to 5. Both the shots that he scored so far haven't been that convincing, but he will bide his time. He knows that the longer he stays and the better he gets there, and the better for his side. Slightly short this time. Makes use of those broad shoulders, and first boundary of the day. Score moves on to 9. Have a look at that. Slightly short and just enough width for him to pull this towards the square leg boundary, and the ball races away for 4. So score moves on to 9. Ball number 5, Kaviyarasu. Now this time slightly up. Doesn't play it convincingly. Straight to the man at mid-on. No run there. Last ball of the over coming up. Change in the field again. The man at mid-on being sent back to his long off. The man, deep point being brought into the circle, and the man is brought into Short square, quite a bit of changes on the field. Only 2 men allowed now at the deep square leg boundary, and the man at long on, so tighter lines into the stump area. This time he sends us over the cow corner for the first maximum. It wasn't that short, but umpire waiting for confirmation, and he gives a confirmation that it is a 6. It wasn't that short, but he managed to get it off the screws of the bat, and it sails over the cow corner boundary for the first maximum. So score moves on to 15, end of an expensive over. 13 runs coming off it. 15 for the loss of no wicket. And Yasser is now 13 of 10 balls. Mahesh on strike. Hafiz the bowler. Wrapped on the pads, wanting to play it over the mid-on fielder. But the ball wasn't that short. It was quite full for him to play that stroke. Pitched outside leg, and height also could be the issue. That's why the umpire wasn't interested. Mahesh at the moment just trying to hit his way out. He needs to make sure he just stays there. They've got a good start. This time, chance and the width, and he sends us towards the point boundary. No chance for any of the fielders to stop that one. So he's off the mark with the boundary. Hafiz this time bowling it right in the slot. Have a look at that. Wide, just enough width for him to open his arms and send this towards the point boundary for 4. So score moves on to 19. Mahesh Pillai is off the mark with that boundary. This time trying an extravagant pull, but the ball wasn't there to be pulled. Good comeback by Hafiz, realizing that he had made a mistake at the last ball that he had bowled, where he bowled quite full and outside the off stump. This time in line of the stumps, pulled the length back a bit. Good bit of bowling. This time short, big on the batsman, but towards the fine leg area. A single takes him on to 5, takes the score on to 20. Brings Yasser on to strike. Making good use of the conditions as he bowled this one slightly short and into the rib cage. Batsman surprised with that. Luckily for him, went into the short fine leg area where the man at fine leg comes in and keeps it down to a single. Hafiz bowling to Yasser. Lapson on the pads, and he has been given LBW, so full. And Yasser was a bit late on that. And he's been wrapped onto the pads, probably hitting leg stick. That's what the umpire reckons. So the first casualty for Sukoon. Yasser LBW Hafiz for 13 of 11 balls with 1 boundary and a 6. बोलो रिप्ले दिखा अच्छा वो वेट कर रहा होगा ना उसके लिए रुको 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 देखे ना. Have a look at that. Wrapped on the pads, ball curling in and probably going to hit leg stick is what the umpire reckons and sends the man packing. Akil Das, number 3, comes to the wicket. Twenty for 1. We're in the third over of the semi-final. Outside the off stump, edges this one quite short of the man at slip. Imran, the fielder there, robbing a blow onto his arm. Wasn't that alert on that one. Luckily for him, just managing to hit him on his forearm. He's still not comfortable. Over number 4 to begin. The sun's out there and shining bright as this time Mahesh plays it down the ground. The man at mid of coming round, keeping it down to a single. He moves down to 6 of 7. The lens Kavi is bowling, prompting the captain to bring the man at third man and fine leg inside the circle, keep a man at deep square leg and keep a man at long on. This time bowls it on the slot and chance of a run out. Akhil wanting to play it with soft hands and go towards the non-striker, complete a single, but Mahesh wasn't ready. Luckily for him, the fielder didn't hit the sticks, else he could have been on his way back. Kavi to Akhil. Yorker length this time, squeezes it out towards Gully. Man there moving to his left and keeps it down to a single. So Akhil off the mark with that single and score moves on to 22. Fourth over of the power play with only 2 men allowed the 30-yard circle in this 2020 encounter. Insurance Cup Premier League Season 11 here. This is the Super 8 semi-final game. This time not that short, but makes good contact, and the ball wins the race towards the mid-wicket boundary for 4. Probably a bit premeditated. The moment he got it onto the bat, the ball was always going to make it. Have a look at that. He was ready for that. Wasn't that short, but since it was premeditated, he got into position, got some good wood onto it, and the ball races away towards the mid-wicket boundary for another boundary. Score moves on to 26. And Mahesh now moves on to double figures. He's 10 of 8 with 2 boundaries. And Akhil batting 1 of 3. The man out Yasser for 13 of 10. This time full toss, plays it in the air towards the man. It covers and an easy catch. Not a wicket taking delivery, but will take that. Mahesh had already closed the face of his bat when he played that stroke, so that led the ball to take a leading edge and go high up in the air for the man at covers to take a safe catch. So second casualty for Sukoon. They're now 26 for 2. With one more ball left in the 4th over. Have a look at that. Leading edge straight to the man at covers. Close the face of the bat. Takes the edge. Man at covers. Coming to his left. Settling under it. And a safe catch. 26 for 2. Shailal in at number 4. Edges this one towards the man at deep third man. End of the over, 27 for 2. The man Mahesh caught by Ramiz off Kavirasu for 10 of 9 balls. स्टैट्स कहाँ से दिखेगा यार यहाँ से स्क्रीन पे नहीं दिखता है बोल अरे इतना दूर है यार कहाँ से दिखेगा कहाँ आएगा मेरे को ठीक है देखता हूँ Hafiz to continue. Over number 5, he is bowling to Shailal, who is batting 1 of 1. Plays it towards point. The fielder there. One bounce into his hands, so no run there. Score remains on 27. This time right up to the batsman, plays it back towards the bowler, no run there. Hafiz settling into a good line. He's bowled 2.2 overs and just given away 6 runs. He's got 1 wicket. On the other hand, his partner Kavya Rasu has gone for a few. He's 2 overs, 20 runs and 1 wicket. But both these opening bowlers have already got a success to their hands, as Shailal plays this with soft hands towards the man at mid-off, sets off for a single and completes that run quite easily. Score moves on to 28, brings Akhil to the center to take strike. He's batting 1 of 3. Last time these two played against each other, Akhil had scored 72, so he's got a bit of experience against the side. This time onto the pads again, but pitching outside leg and the ball shaping away too. Will be wait for the umpire signal. Off the bat gives Akhil another run. He moves on to 2 and score moves on to 29. 2 more balls left in this over and then 1 more over of power play to follow. This time wide outside off stump will be called a wide. Shailal doesn't want to fiddle that one, get it run for his side, so moves on to 30. This time Hafiz trying to slant this one across the batsman, but ends up bowling it outside the permissible line, so was called wide for that. 30 for the loss of 2. 5th ball of the over. This time through the covers, half volley, and the fielder gives up the chase. Score moves on to 34, and the first boundary for Shailal. Wanting to bowl it up to the batsman, but ends up dishing out a half volley, and Shailal sends this towards the cover boundary for 4. His first boundary, he moves on to 6 of 5. Last ball of the over coming up. This time shortening the length a bit, and Shailal wants a single, but too late for that. So end of the over, 34 for the loss of no wicket after 5. Shailal 6 of 6, Akhil 2 of 4, and Hafiz's 3 overs have cost 13 runs and 1 wicket. Just bowled 2 overs. Spin in action for the first time in the game. With the field restrictions still on. Dead ball is what the umpire signals. So has to reload again. Have a look at the field. We got a man at slip. Again, still not ready with that. Finally, we get a ball as he bowls it slightly short and plays it towards the man at long off. Hafiz the fielder, and they come back for 2. It's been called a no ball because it bounced twice before. So free hit coming up. Bowls one that pitches twice. So no ball to start. So 3 runs on the board and a free hit. This time full toss, cannot make much connection, sends it down towards the man at mid wicket. So after pitching it twice, this next one he pitches, sends it right up next to the batsman. So one more run. Score moves on to 38 with those runs. This time wrapped on the pads, but way down leg side, so will not be called a wide. Again, there's some movement which wasn't what the batsman expected, so he'll have to re-bowl. So already thrice in the over that the bowler's taken the run up and stopped, or he has to, this time, shortens the length, bowls it on the good length. Shailal wanted to go big, but the moment he didn't, he saw that slightly away from his arc, he decided to play with soft hands, as this time tosses this in the air, plays it towards wide long off for a maximum. So 4 runs to the total. Score moves on to 42. And Shailal moves on to double figures. With that, he moves on to 10 of 9. And Ronak's 4 balls have fetched 8 runs. No, bowling to Shailal. 5th ball of the over. This time, straight to the man at covers, wanting a single. Mahesh sending him back. Or rather, there was Akhil who sent the batsman back. Score remains on 42. Last ball of the over coming up. Plays it with soft hands, just wide of the bowler, and they complete a single. So 9 runs coming of that over. End of power play. 43 for the loss of 2 wickets. Scorecard दिखा दे भाई. भाई wide angle लेके जाना. Scorecard दिखा दे, scorecard. So scorecard after the end of 6 overs of power play. Mahesh Pillai and Yasir opening the innings. Mahesh caught Ramesh bowled Kavir Rasu for 10 of 9 with 2 boundaries. Yasir LBW Hafiz for 13 of 11 with 1 boundary and a maximum. Akhil batting 5 of 6 with no hits to the fence. And Shailal is 11 of 11 with 2 boundaries. 4 extras in the innings. So far, 1 leg by, 2 wides and a no ball. Have a look at the bowling card. दिखा दे, रेडी नहीं है अभी तक. Bowling card so far, 3 bowlers used. Hafizur Rahman 3 overs 13 runs 1 wicket. Kavir Rasu 2 overs 20 runs 1 wicket, and Ronak the 1 over so far, given away 9 runs and is wicketless. Over number 7 to begin, as we have a double change. Parvez Babu, the bowler, starts off with the dot ball. Slightly short, but tucks the batsman. He plays it towards deep cover. Field spread out now with the power play ending, so allows more fielders outside. Man at deep covers does the fielding, brings Akhil on to strike. Score moves on to 44 of 6.2. Current run rate of 6.9 should get them to 138 as he digs this one into the pitch. No run there, another dot ball. Parvez bowls it towards Akhil, who plays it towards the left of point, and they take off for a single, asking for a run out. Umpire not interested, so one more run to the total. Score moves on to 45. Plays it in the air. The man at long off coming towards his left, but falls short of him. The batsman complete a single. Shailal wants a second. Akhil not interested. Score moves on to 46. Akhil plays it towards short third. This time he wanted the single, but Shailal sends him back. An overthrow in the end allows them to complete the single that they were looking for. End of the over, 47 for the loss of 2 wickets. Over number 8 bowls this one, and Akhil plays it straight to the man at short covers. No run there. This time bowling in the one slightly outside. Leg stump, softly playing that one. The man at point missing that one allows that ball to move away from them, and the batsman complete an extra run. So 2 more runs to the total. And the 50 coming up, 50 coming at the end, at the completion of 7.3 overs. 50 for the loss of 2. This time Akhil wanting to play the big shot, but ends up playing it towards mid-on for a single, just struggling a bit with his foot. So 1 more run added. Score moves on to 51. Akhil on strike. Again, plays it with soft hands towards short third, completes a single. This time playing towards long on for a single. End of the over. 53 for 2 after 8.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
3 for 2. Shailal on strike. This is over number 9. Plays it towards the man at long off for a single. Brings Akhil on strike. Goes onto the back foot, plays it towards the man it covers. There's protection there. Again, towards the man it covers. So, back-to-back dot balls. Good start to the over, just giving away 1 run of the first 3 balls. He'll have to keep the pressure that way, making sure that he doesn't give away any free runs. At this time, tucks the batsman, and the third one straight to the man it covers. So he's settled into a good line. He's making sure he doesn't give away anything to the batsman. This time drills this one down the ground. The man at long on comes to field that one. Score moves on to 55 with 1 more ball left in the over. Again, tucks this batsman up, but this time he plays it towards the right of the man it covers and completes a single. End of a good over for the ANIB Bulls. Just 2 runs coming off it. And at the end of 9 overs, 55 for the loss of 2 wickets. Ronak to continue. He's given away 15 of the 2 overs he's bowled. Bowls it to Akhil. He plays it in the air. Keeps the man at long on interested, but He had come in a few paces, so allows the ball to go over his head for a boundary. Ronak not happy with that. The man at long on had to make sure he stays onto the fence. Have a look at that. He walked in a couple of steps and realized that he has messed it up and gives away 4 runs. What probably should have been a safe catch. Score moves on to 60 with that stroke. 60 for 2. This time Ronak shortens the length up. Shailal again trying to think of a big stroke, but ends up playing it towards the man at point for a dot. So he's now 21 of 20. This time beautiful ball just spinning away after pitching. Trying to go after that one, but just plays it back. Now run a ball 21 of 21 as this time cuts this one. The man at point coming around from his left keeps it down to a single itself. Score moves on to 61. .61 of 9.4. Plays it in the air and over the long on boundary for a maximum. So Akhil just opens his arm this time. He saw the length was there, and with the favored end, he sends this over the long off boundary for a maximum. So 6 more to the total. Score moves on to 67. Last ball before the break, as this time plays it towards the man right of covers for a single. End of the over. 10 overs completed. 68 for the loss of 2 wickets. Ronak's 3 overs have gone for 27. Akhil 19 of 19 and Shailal 22 of 22. Back over number 11 to Wiggins, 68 for 2 as the teams change side. Onto the back foot, plays it towards the man it covers. No run there, so Parvez trying to keep things tight from his end. Needing support from the other end. 68 for 2. This time a bit of width on offer, plays it towards the man it covers for a single. Score moves on to 69. The winner of this game will make it to the finals following Saturday on the 22nd. This time Shailal benefits from a misfield and he gets one more run. Score moves on to 70. .70 for 2. This time width on offer and sends us over the long off boundary for a maximum. Parvez this time bowling it right in the slot. And Akhil, too good a batsman to miss out. Have a look at that. Outside the off stump and half volley and send this over the long off boundary for a maximum. He's getting a move on, his second maximum of the day. He's now 26 of 22 and score moves on to 76. Brings the current run rate above 7 now. They'll be eyeing a few more of these. As this time full toss plays it towards long off for a single. Score moves on to 77. This time Shailal trying to repeat what his partner had done, but it doesn't make any contact. So a dot ball. Score remains on 77. End of over number 11. 77 for the loss of 2 wickets. Shailal batting 23 of 24 with 3 boundaries, and Akhil batting 27 of 23 with 2 maximums. Parvez 3 overs, 16 runs, giving away 9 runs in the previous over. Ronak to continue his last over. Cuts this one towards the man and covers. The ball bouncing and going towards the man, it covers. He was too quick to come onto his left. Had that ball past him, that would have gone towards the cover boundary, but a dot ball to start. Ronak will have to bowl tighter lines out here. He's already gone for a few. Ends up missing a step quite a bit of time, so we'll have to reload again. Tosses this one up, invites the batsman Akhil, just playing towards the man at deep covers for a single. Brings Shailal onto strike. Score moves on to 78. .78 for 2. Short this time. Enough time to drag it towards the man at wide long on. The man there stationed for a single. Score moves on to 79. Short and bowls it over. Plays it over the bowler's head for a single. Ronak finding it difficult to grip the ball. Every time it crosses across the surface, he is using a towel to wipe it. Unable to settle into a good line. He's just got 2 more balls left in his spell. Shailal this time wanting to play it, was early onto the ball. The ball just came in a bit slower than he expected. So he gets another single for that. The score moves on to 81. It's just given away 4 singles of the over bowled so far. Just has to make sure he closes it out without much of damage. Short this time plays it towards the man in deep cover. There's a fielder there and a single coming off that ball. 5 runs of that over. End of 12 overs, 82 for the loss of 2 wickets. Akhil now moves on to 30 of 27 and Shailal batting 25 of 26. And Ronak completes his spell, 4 overs, 32 runs, no wicket. Parvez to continue his last over for the day. He bowls this one and Akhil plays it down towards long on for a single. Score moves on to 83. Bring Shailal onto strike. Over the bowler's head, but man, it long on. Brought in a bit finer this time. So manages to keep them down to a single. This time Akhil plays it off the inner of the bat towards the man at deep mid wicket. They come back for two. Score moves on to 85. Fourth ball of the over, slightly short and plays it towards the man at deep square, trying his best to take that catch. Misses that one. A good effort, but batsman complete two more, so score moves on to 88. It was short and there to be hit, didn't get the elevation he was looking for. Luckily for him, the man at square leg couldn't hold on to that, as this time he plays it towards wide long on. The fielders there doing their best, keeps it inside the boundary rope, and they complete two more runs. Shailal struggling but running those runs for himself and his team. Score moves on to 90 with one more ball left in the over. Full toss straight to the man at covers and through him. The ball going towards the cover boundary for four. So a few drop catches haven't helped the ANIB Bulls. As score moves on to 94, Akhil moves on to 41 of 32. And Parvez Babu ends his spell of 4 overs for 28 runs. वो drop catch वापस दिखाना. Have a look at that. Wasn't that great a delivery, but still towards the man at covers, went fast into his hands and burst out of it, and the ball races away towards the cover boundary to end the over at 94 for 2. First ball and another chance missing. Ramesh Nawab, the bowler. Shailal benefiting from that. This time in the air, over the man at long on for a maximum. So now both these batsmen deciding to change gears as they've got a few runs. Score moves on to 100. The 100 coming up in 13.2. Going on to send this over the man at long on for a maximum. So 6 runs coming off the first 2 balls. This time in the air. The man at covers coming around. A single completed. Score moves on to 101. Sukoon realizing they need a big score against the ANIB Bulls, who have a pretty packed powerhouse batting lineup. Adil, sorry, Akhil, the batsman, plays it towards covers. They complete a single easily. Score moves on to 102. Could come back after being hit for a six. He gives away two singles of the next two balls. Fifth ball of the over. Comes down the track. Wanting to play it over mid-wicket. Gets a single towards the deep mid-wicket area. Score moves on to 103. One more ball coming up in the 14th over. Again, towards the mid-wicket area for a single. End of the over. 10 runs coming off it. 104 for 2. Akhil batting 43 of 34. And Shailal now 34 of 31. Imran comes into the attack. Sixth bowler being used. Comes in to replace Parvez, who bowled 4 overs and gave away 28 runs. Comes from round the wicket. There's no protection whatsoever in front of the wicket on the leg side in the 30-yard. Slants this across the right-hander, slightly quicker. Into the keeper's gloves, so trying to keep the ball as dry as possible. This time, Akhil ready for that. The moment he saw pace onto that, he sends us over the long on boundary for on maximum. Have a look at that short, slightly short, and Akhil moves across and sends us over the long on boundary for a maximum. He moves on to 49. Score moves on to 110. Current run rate of 7.7 will get them to 154. Remember, Ranjit was eyeing anything between 180 to 200, so they will need a few maximums. As this time tosses in the air, but the result still the same, and brings up his 50 with that 6. Score moves on to 116. He moves on to 55 with 1 boundary and 4 maximums. Just played through the line of the ball. And with those broad shoulders that he has, ball just sailing over the long on boundary for a maximum. Changing the ball after the previous one was lost, as this time slightly shortens the length up, so allows the batsman just to send this towards the long off fielder, Ronak the fielder there, a single. Score moves on to 117. 13 runs coming off the first 4 balls. 2 more balls left in the over. As Shailal plays it in the air, the man at Long on coming around, but unable to get a catch. Fields the ball and sends it back to the bowler for a single. Score moves on to 118. One more ball left in the over. Akhil plays it in the air. The man at deep cover and long off coming around, but a single to end the over. 15 runs coming off it. So 119 for 2 at the end of 15.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Ramesh to continue. Akhil plays it towards point. The man moving to his right collects the ball and a single to start the over. Score moves on to 120. This time back to the bowler, and a good cotton ball, hit quite hard, and Shailal's innings comes to an end. He's out for 35 of 33, and the 90-run partnership comes to an end. Have a look at that. Walks down the wicket, plays it back to the bowler, and Parvez takes it. Sorry, Ramesh was the bowler who takes it comfortably. So Rami is now 1.2 overs, 11 runs, and he gets wicket. Batsman out. Shailal out for 35 of 33 with 3 boundaries and 1-6. Strike rate of 106.06. Brings the number 5 batsman to the center. New man Anthony Lijo Varghese, 11 matches, 180 runs, strike rate of about 200. So he will want to come and make an impact in the few overs that are left in this innings. Precisely 28 legal more balls left. And with Akhil going good, great guns, he will also want to contribute. As Ramesh comes in with balls, surprises him with that quicker delivery. Plays it with soft hands, but no run there. So he stays on not after the first ball he's faced. Akhil at the other end is 58 of 40. Rami is bowling to Anthony. This time wanting to cut this one too close to the body. So dot ball again. What Ramesh is doing is not only is he keeping the batsman quiet, keeping Akhil away from strike, trying to build that pressure. This time called a no ball, and Akhil will benefit with that, will have a free hit to his name. So 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 122. Overstepping there, so Akhil has a chance to maximize that free hit. Change in the field. Plays it down towards long off. The man at long on quite straight, moves around the turf swiftly and keeps it down to a single. So just a single benefited from that free hit. As the last ball of the over coming up. 123 for 3. Again, another no ball. Sends this towards the man at deep square leg for a single. So overstepping again and resulting in a single with the no ball and brings Akhil onto strike again. The score moves on to 125. This time towards long on, and the fielder there trying to keep into play, but the ball sails over the long on boundary for 6 more. So score moves on to 131 and Akhil moves on to 65-42. Have a look at that free hit, opens his arms. Imran at long on, trying his best to try to keep the ball within the playing area, but doesn't succeed. So 6 more to the total. 131 for 3, and Rami's 2 overs have cost 22 runs with 1 wicket. Over number 17 to begin. Hafiz comes back into the attack. Again, Anthony moving to his right. Sorry, moving to his left. Gets it on the pad, sends it to a short fine for a single. Score moves on to 132. $132 for 3. Hafiz taking strike to bowling to Akhil now. Over the man at gully for 6. Bad ball and punished duly. As Hafiz bowls it way outside the off stump, just gets the toe end of the bat, but sails over the gully area for 6. Score moves on to 138, and he moves on to 70s now. He's on 71 of 43 with 6 maximums. Shot this time over the fine leg boundary for 4 more. Surprising the batsman, but with no protection, the ball sailed over the short fine leg fielder comfortably for 4 more. So score moves on to 142, taking the leading edge, but safely over the fine leg fence for 4 more. .142 for 3. This time, much better ball, but by the time the fielder comes around from deep mid-wicket, they complete 2 more runs. Score moves on to 144. This time, plays it towards point for a single. Score moves on to 145 with 1 more ball left in the over. Under edges this one, beats the man, the keeper rather, and towards the third man boundary for a single. End of the over, 146 for 3. And Hafiz come back over. Sorry. Another bowling change. Naveed comes into the attack. Right arm over. Anthony plays this over the long on boundary for a maximum. Slightly short and sit up to be hit. And he makes good use of the power that he has. And score crosses the 150 mark. Now it's 152 for 3. Anthony Varghese now 9 of 7. Greets Naveed with a maximum of the first ball. This time towards the extra cover boundary. One bounce into the fence he goes. So 10 runs of the first 2 balls. He moves into double figures with that shot. He moves on to 13 of 8. And Naveed's already gone for 10 of the first 2 balls. This time goes on the back foot, pulls it towards the man at long on for a single. Brings Akhil on to strike. Score moves on to 157. Shot pulls this towards the man at deep square. A single there. So 1 more run added. Score moves on to 158. Two more balls left in this over and two more overs to follow. They'll be eyeing anything above 185, 190 here. And Anthony again deposits this one over the long on boundary for one more maximum. Score moves on to 164. The partnership already 44 runs. And he moves on to 20 of 10. (18 runs coming of the 5 balls and one more ball left. This time low full toss, plays it towards the man at deep mid for a single. 19 runs coming off it. .45 runs coming in just 16 balls that these two pair have faced. Over number 19 to begin. 45 runs, partnership of just 16 balls between both these men. Anthony scoring 21 of 11 with one boundary, two maximums. Akhil Das batting 79 of 47, two boundaries and six maximum, as Imran plays this, bowls this one, and Anthony sends this towards wide of long off. Naveed, the fielder there, keeps it down to a single. The score moves on to 166 now. Yorks himself, but still gets a single there. This time, much fuller delivery again. This time, Imran now deciding there's no point trying to bowl it on the good length, or they keep it under the bat as much as possible. All they can do is just send this towards the cover boundary or the long off boundary for a single. He's got protection there for both of them. The 4 men inside the circle on the right side. There's nobody in front of square on the leg side. There's 2 men on deep square leg and a man deep here. This time Anthony plays it towards wide of long on. The fielder there, Ronak, keeps it down to a single. So one more single added. Score moves on to 169. 2 more balls left. There's 1.4 overs have gone for 19 runs. Akhil comes down the track, plays it towards deep fine leg for 4. Score moves on to 173. It's a counted ball as he had come down the track, so wouldn't be called a no ball, but still gets 4 runs for that. Score moves on to 173. So first 4 balls going for singles, and then the 5th ball he gives away a boundary. So 8 runs coming off this over so far, with 1 more ball left in the over. Towards long on, and Ronak drops this one for 6 more. Score moves on to 179. And Anthony Lijo moves on to 33 of 15. So the 59-run partnership between these two of just 22 balls. Imran's 2 overs, 29 runs. One more over to be bowled. Last over. And the batsman misses, so does the keeper. And 4 byes to the total. Sukoon Insurance wouldn't mind that. As 4 more runs get added to the total, score moves on to 183. Rameez nearly had this man, but through the batsman's and the keeper, and 4 more byes to the total. The man had shot fine, brought it quite fine, as this time Akhil plays it in the air. Ronak coming around this time and holds on to that catch. He's not happy with himself. He knew he messed up the previous one, just redeeming himself a bit. End of an entertaining knock from Akhil. Have a look at that. Pulling it from outside off some, but didn't get the distance he's looking. And Ronak this time settling under it. And clear signs of frustration for the ANIB Bulls. As he goes out, Akhil goes out for 81 of 50 with 2 boundaries and 6 maximums. Caught by Ronak off the bowling of Rameez. New man at the crease starts off with a single down to long on. Ronak, the fielder there. With the earlier ball, took a good catch. Shafiq Kutia's son, the new man, gets a single of the first ball. Score moves on to 184, brings Anthony Lijo Vargas on strike, who's batting 33 of 15 with 2 boundaries and 3 maximums. As good ball this time, slower through the air, beats him. All ends up, but another dot ball, which leaves them another 2 more balls left in the innings. Want to maximize it and get it to 190 at least of the remaining 2 balls. As plays this towards deep square, they complete one, wanting the second, and he gets it. The fielder there going down to his right, but misfields that one, allows that double to be completed. Good chance had he collected the ball and thrown it. Could have got Anthony out as well, but not to be. So 186 for 4 with 1 more ball left in the innings, as Rameez comes into bowl over towards Naveed, who at long off takes a good catch. So score remains on 186 for 5. And Rameez 3 overs, 25 runs and 3 wickets. Have a look at that. Slows this one up. He skews this one in the air. And Naveed at long off takes a good catch. But the damage has already been done. He scored 35 of 18 with 2 boundaries. As we have a look at the Batting card. Mahesh Pillai caught Ramesh bowled Kavir Asu for 10 of 9. Yasir Rashid, LBW Hafiz for 13 of 11. Akhil Das caught Ronak bowled Ramesh for 81 of 51 with 2 boundaries, 6 maximums. Shailal caught and bowled Ramesh for 35 of 33 with 3 boundaries, 1 maximum. Anthony Lijo coming and giving that impetus that they were looking, 35 of 18 with 2 boundaries, 3 maximums. And Shafiq Kutiasan not out 1 of 1. 11 extras in the innings, 4 byes, 2 leg byes, 2 wides, and 3 no balls. As we have a look at the bowling card of ANIB Bulls, Hafizur Rahman 4 overs, 27 runs, 1 wicket. Kavir Asu 2 overs, 20 runs, 1 wicket. Ronak 4 overs, 32 runs, no wicket. Parvez Babu 4 overs, 28 runs, no wicket. Ramesh, the pick of the bowlers, 3 overs, 25 runs, 3 wickets. Mohammad Imran 2 overs, 29 runs, and Naveed 1 over, 19 runs. So 186 is what Sukoon Insurance got in their 20 overs after they were asked to come and take first strike. So ANIB Bulls need 187 in their 20 overs as we take a quick break, and the chase coming in the next few moments.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all those families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Welcome back. The chase underway. As the 2 men stride out of the center for the ANIB Bulls. Captain Zanal along with Imran. Sorry. Both these batsmen know that it's quite vital for them to get off to a good start in pursuit of 187 and stake a claim in the finals. First ball left arm around as Zanal plays it that full toss towards deep mid wicket, wanting a double. Imran declining that one, keeps it down to a single. So first run on the board. Starting off with one man around the deep mid wicket area. Farooq, the bowler. Imran taking strike for the first time. Imran plays it towards Gully. The fielder misfields there, and the first boundary of the innings comes off the blade of Imran. Score moves on to 5. Takes the outer half of the bat. The man at Gully misfields that one, and the stuff is quite quick and with no protection in the first 6 overs. They get to 5 of the first 2 balls. Full toss, plays it towards deep mid wicket. There's a fielder there, keeps it down to a single. Imran gets off strike, brings Zanal on to strike. Score moves on to 6. Full toss, plays it over the bowler's head. The man at long on, Mahesh, does the fielding, keeps it down to a single. Full toss sends us towards the deep backward square leg boundary. There's 4 more. So score moves on to 11 with 1 more ball left in the over. Imran moves on to 9 of 3. Dabs this one to a short third, no run there. Score 11 for the loss of no wicket. Sanal plays it down. Mahesh misfields the one at long on for 4 more runs. So straight away, a couple of misfields, bringing 2 boundaries for the ANIB Bulls. Have a look at that. Mahesh misfields and has to see that one cross the boundary. So 4 more to the total. Zanal gets his first boundary. This time down the leg side. Brushes his pad towards the keeper. No run there. Will be called a wide, so 1 more run to the total. Score moves on to 16. Tanveer Malik, the bowler. Full toss towards the mid-off. If misses, the fielder not able to cut that one off. So 4 more runs to the total, and the score races away to 20. A dot ball. Will be another wide, so 1 more run added. Score moves on to 21. And the batsman crossover for 2 more runs. A flick towards the square leg boundary. By the time the fielder at mid wicket comes around, keeps it back, keeps it down to 2. Last ball of the over. Again, swinging down the leg. Batsman plays it, hits the non-striker sticks. End of the over. 2 overs completed, 23 for the loss of no wicket. Welcome back. Over number 3 to begin. 23 on board. Imran on strike. Farooq the bowler. Onto the pads. Appeal, but the umpire unmoored. Probably the ball's going down leg side. The ball was swinging in. Pitched on middle and off and moved away. That prompted the umpire not to give that one. I thought, have a look at that. Onto the legs, but probably just going down leg side. And the umpire is unmoved, so a dot ball. As plays this towards mid-off, the fielder there misfields this time again. So 4 more to the total. Crisp cover drive towards the left of mid-off. A couple of feet, but the ball was racing away through the turf. And the fielder didn't have much of a chance. Have a look at that full toss. Full face of the bat. One bounce and through his hands, races away towards the mid-off boundary for 4 more. Score moves on to 27. At this time, Imran drives this towards covers. Anthony Lijo, the fielder there, puts his body behind that, making sure that he doesn't let the ball go through here, through the cover region. 4 more to the 4 runs of the first 2 balls of the over. First 3 rather. This time again, full face of the bat. Misfield there. And they complete a single, a bad bounce as well as the fielder slipping out there. But had half a stop with his legs, so keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 28, brings Zanal on to strike. Onto the pads, but this one too will be going down leg side. Missed the flick, allows that single leg by. One more run to the total. Score moves on to 29. Four more. Back-to-back boundaries, and the score is now 37 for the loss of no wicket. Sorry, 41 for the loss of no wicket. Akhil, first 3 balls have gone for 8. He started off with the dot and then spraying one down leg, which went to fine leg, and then towards covers. This time, Zanal plays it with soft hands towards covers, completes a single. Score moves on to 42. Zanal batting 21 of 13 with 4 boundaries. Imran batting 18 of 9 with 4 boundaries. Both these batsmen have made good use of the power play so far, and still another 14 more balls left in the power play. With the field restrictions, they have played percentage cricket, nothing fancy. At this time, straight towards the man at short square and 1 bounce. Fielder, keeper asking for a better effort from the fielder, but not to be. It's a dot ball, so 1 more ball left in the over. 9 runs have come off it so far. This time cuts this one towards point. No run there. Good comeback by the bowler of giving away 9 runs of the first 4 balls. 2 more dot balls. End of over number 4, 42 for the loss of no wicket. Zanal goes onto the back foot, cuts this one to a short third for a single. Score moves on to 43. Tanveer Malik, after giving away 12 runs in the first over, comes back for his second over. He's giving away a single of the first ball. Brings Imran onto strike. It's a good cross breeze from our left to right out here. Onto the legs, but missed by the keeper as well as the batsman, and the ball just racing away towards the fine leg boundary for 5 wides. So another 5 more runs gifted to the ANIB Bulls. The score moves on to 48 in 4.1 overs, needing another 139 of the remaining 95 balls with required run rate of 8.78. Imran on strike. This time in the air, plays it to the man at long off coming around, and Mahesh takes a well-judged catch. So end of Imran's innings. He's out for 18 of 12 balls with 4 boundaries, and the first casualty for the ANIB Bulls. Tanveer, after gifting away a few runs, comes back, holds the line back, and Imran doesn't stop himself from playing the big one. Perishes for 18. Hafizur Rahman comes in at number 3. fall of Imran's wicket. Replay वापस दिखाना. Have a look at that. A needless looking shot, slightly beaten in the air. The ball was curling in and trusted his power there, but didn't get the distance that he was looking for. And Mahesh, who had earlier let one go through his hands toward the boundary, this time made no mistake and sends the dangerous Imran back to the hut. So a body blow for the ANIB Bulls. Brings the left-hander onto strike. Left-hander plays a beautiful cover drive towards the extra cover boundary. The man from point comes around to his left, keeps it down to a single. So Huffy is off the mark with that single. The score now reads 49 for 1. After 4.3. A beautiful Saturday morning here as the first of the two semi-finals to be played today. In this instance, as Zanal this time negates the swing that is being offered and keeps it towards point. No run there. 4.4 overs completed. 2 more balls in this over and another over of power play remaining with the field restrictions inside. Down the leg side, it was called a wide. They wanted to go for a caught behind, but the umpire unmoved calls it a wide. So 50 runs coming, 50 for the loss of 1 in 4.4. The man out, Mohammad Imran, out for 18 of 12 with 4 boundaries. Zanal batting 22 of 15 with 4 boundaries, and Hafiz, who's just come to the crease, scored a single of the 1 ball that he's faced. As this time, full face of the bat, showing the full face of the bat to the bowler, but that's good signs. He's in good nick. All he needs is to carry it along, as the required run rate is now exactly 9 runs and over. Shouldn't be much of a bother for ANIB, as this time cuts this one, takes the outer of the bat, running away towards the third man boundary. The fielder gives a chase and just manages to keep it inside the boundary ropes for 2 more runs. Five overs completed, 52 for the loss of 1 wicket. Akhil to continue. Over number 6, last over of power play. Bowling to Hafiz. Over towards long off. This time Mahesh unable to cut that one off. And the ball just stopping before the boundary. So the batsman complete 2. Hafiz backs himself, goes up over the bowler's head towards the long off area. Mahesh running in hard but unable to catch that one. So 2 more runs to the total. This time plays it towards gully. There's a fielder there, so no run. Score remains on 54. 2 balls of the over completed. 4 more to go in this power play. This time again in the air, but well judged by Mahesh. Keeps the ball within the playing area. So another good effort. He's been kept busy. Have a look at that. Hafiz is not going to stop himself. Plays it in the air. The man at long off, Mahesh, settles himself. A good effort, making sure that the ball stays within the playing area. So just a single coming off that brings Zanal onto strike. Score moves on to 55. This time sweeps this one towards short fine. Four balls completed. Good over so far. Couple of chances being created, not yet held, but they will still back themselves up as Zanal plays this back towards Akhil. No run there. This time under edges this one to a short fine, no runs, a good comeback. Akhil's just trying to tightening the screws out here just to make sure he builds the pressure back. It was 9 runs, has now moved to 9.43. End of the over, 55 for 1, the power play. Scorecard dikhana. Have a look at the scorecard. Zanal and Imran started the innings. Zanal is 24 of 20 with 4 boundaries. Mohammad Imran caught by Mahesh off the bowling of Tanveer for 18 of 12 with 4 boundaries. Hafiz batting 4 of 4, 9 extras in the innings. 55 for the loss of 1 wicket. As we have a look at the bowling card of Sukoon. Bowling card. Farooq Nazir, 2 overs, 20 runs, no wicket. Tanveer, 2 overs, 22 runs, no wicket. And Akhil, 2 overs, 12 for no wicket as the bowling change. Another misfield from Akhil, but just a single as Mahesh was backing him up. Fall of wicket. Farooq Nazir, 2 overs, 4 runs, 20 runs, no wicket. Tanveer, 2 overs, 22 runs, 1 wicket. Akhil Das, 2 overs, 12 runs and 1 wicket. And Yasir Rashid has just come into bowl. He's bowled 1 ball and given away a single. Over number 7 of the innings. Trying to slow the pace as both these batsmen cross over for a quick single ball going towards the short third man area. Complete ho gaya bhai. So another single. Score 57 for 1. Hafiz plays all over that and he's bowled. Slowing this one. Hafiz doesn't stop himself for playing the big shot. Pays the price for that. And Yasir just returning the favor. Earlier in the day, he was out LBW to Hafiz, and this time sends him back. Have a look at that. The joy on his face to see the back of Hafiz playing across the line, missing that one, and the stumps being shattered out there. Hafiz out for 5 of 6 balls with no boundaries or sixes to his credit. And Yasir Rashid given away 2 runs of the 3 balls he's bowled and taken a wicket. Kaverasu in at number 4. Comes in at the side. A spot of bother as of now. They were going pretty well with that first 4 overs, and this time a quicker delivery. Kaverasu surprised with that one, but managing to send this towards square leg. He's off the mark with that single. Score moves on to 58. And now some rethinking by the ANIB Bulls captain, who's there at the center. He will have to anchor this inning, stay as long as possible, and make sure that he leads this chase as he plays a single down towards longer for a single. Score moves on to 59. Yasir Kaverasu plays it back towards the bowler. End of a very good over for Sukoon Insurance. 59 for 2 at the end of 7. Left arm spinner coming to the attack. Zanal goes on the back foot, plays it towards covers for a single. Syed Raza brings Kaverasu on to strike. This time Kaverasu plays it towards long off. Sukoon will not mind those singles. They will want to build the pressure with every ball. 2 runs of the first 2 balls. Takes the score on to 61. Again, tossed up delivery, misfield. by Yasser there and allows that double to be completed. So 2 more runs. Yasser standing at a very crucial position for his side. He has to make sure he doesn't allow those singles and doubles to be taken. 2 more, take the score on to 63. This time tossed up and the width on offer and sends it towards the cover boundary. The man at extra cover is unable to cut that off. Score moves on to 67. Was slightly slower in the air, but enough time for Zanal to pick his spot. Have a look at that. Slow, tossed up delivery and into his hitting zone. Sends this towards the cover boundary for 4 more. And score moves on to 67. And a timely shot for the ANIB Bulls. This time plays it with soft hands towards the man, covers for a single. Brings Kavirasu on to strike. Score moves on to 68 with 1 more ball left in the over. Drills this down the ground towards a single. Akhil, the stand-in captain there, doing the fielding there. End of the over, 8 overs completed, 69 for the loss of 2 wickets. Zanal batting 34 of 26 and Kavirasu batting 3 of 4.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Kavirasu plays it down towards long on for a single. Score moves on to 70. Zanal again, width on offer, sends this towards the cover boundary. The fielder there keeps it down to a single. Would have wanted to get more out of it, but at the moment we'll have to settle for that single. So Tanveer Malik giving away 2 runs of the first 2 balls he's bowled in the over. Gets that required run rate up to 9.94 now. Again, down the ground for a single. Edge towards third and didn't go for the short chance of a run out. That too missed as well. So what could have been a wicket, either of a run out or a catch, both the not being taken. So, and Tanveer is visibly unhappy about it, and he should be. The effort was there, but had to be backed by his fielders. and wicketkeeper not to be. Full toss towards the extra cover boundary. Akhil giving the chase but has to give it up. So 4 more runs to the total. Signs of frustration by the bowler. Ends up bowling a full toss. And Kavirasu sends this over the cover boundary for 4 more. Akhil chasing that one, but quite far for him to reach that one. Syed Raza to continue, the left arm spinner. Zanal goes on the back foot, plays it towards the vacant deep point area. The fielder giving the chase, but the ball wins the race. So pressure on the bowler on the first ball, concedes a boundary. Score moves on to 81. So 4 runs coming of the required 10 in the first ball of the over. They need to be calculative here. They need to mix aggression with a bit of caution as well. Can't go full throttle on every ball. Have a look at that shot and cut. There's no protection in towards the square area of the field on offside, as this time he bowls onto the leg straight to the man. It's shot fine. No run there. This time bowling it onto the pads, but lucky that it went straight to the man. It's shot fine. So 4 runs of the first 2 balls. This time drives this towards covers the fielder there, keeping it down to a single. So 5 of the first 3 balls. $82 for 2. Kavirasu on strike. This time drives this towards the offside, towards long off for a single. So 1 more run to the total. Score moves on to 83. So good comeback by the bowler after conceding a boundary of the first ball. He's just given away 2 runs of the next 3 balls. So gets that required run rate again up to 10 and more. Said Raza bowling to Zanal. Drives us down the ground towards long off for a single. So 1 more run. So 7 runs coming off this over so far with a ball to spare. And last ball before we go into the drinks break. Wanting to play the big shot, misses, but still gets a single for that. So good over completed. 8 runs coming off it. So at the end of 10 overs, 84 for the loss of 2. With Zanal batting on 42 of 32 with 6 boundaries. And Kavirasu 11 of 10 with 1 boundary. Have a look at the comparison chart out here. At the end of 10 overs, Sukoon was 68 for 2. Comparatively, the ANIB Bulls are better placed at 85 for 2. But then in the second half is when Sukoon went brisk and got 119 of the remaining 60 balls. So another 102 more required. So the ANIB Bulls can take heart from the fact that they too can score those runs, probably lesser than what is required. So we still have a game that is hanging in the balance for both these sides. Have a look at the worms out here. At the moment, the red worm clearly ahead of the blue worm, but then in the second half is when the blue worm really took off, and 119 came off those remaining 10 overs when this time Zanal plays it and over the man at long on for 6. A little bit of air and Zanal sends us over the long on. This is the impetus that they are looking for. And he moves on to 48 of 33 now. Have a look at that. A bit of air comes down the wicket. And full meat of the bat sails over the long on boundary for 6 more. As this time slightly short, cuts this. The man Syed Raza misfields. They complete 1 and they quickly come back for 2. So Yasser's quite unhappy with that effort. First he gave away 6 and then 2 runs. He finishes his 50 of 34 balls with 6 boundaries and 1 maximum. But the job half done yet. He'll this time sweeps this one towards the man at deep square and another drop. Easy catch, brings himself under the ball and into the hands and out she goes. So a reprieve for Zanal. He moves on to 51. Have a look at that. Sweeps it in the air, high in the air towards the man positioned at deep square leg. Gets under that and floors it. As Kavirasu plays this to a short third, the ball racing towards the man. So they decide against the single. Ten already of the first 5 balls. Last ball of the over. Kavirasu goes for a big one. The keeper knocks the bails down and we'll wait for the umpire's decision for a stumping. The Sukoon Insurance boys are quite confident. Looks to be short of his ground and we'll wait for the third eye's call. Have a look at that. Wanting to play the big shot, nowhere in control. His body not in position, so is his bat. Trying to bring his bat leg behind. The bail's off in a flash. He's been adjudged not out. He just managed to get his foot behind the line. So he's lucky that he was just managed to get his foot behind the line. So end of the over. 10 runs coming off it. A couple of dot balls again brings that run rate up to 10 point. It started at 10.2, is now 10.22. So not much of a difference, but they got to make sure they make good use of some good big overs in between before they go into the final 3 or 4 overs. Do not want to have too many to get in the last 3 or 4 as Syed Raza continues. His 2 overs have gone for 18. And meanwhile, Yasir, who had completed the over, is given 14 of the 2 overs he's bowled. Zanal plays a single towards short third. Brings Kavirasu on strike, who's now 12 of 13. A wild swing, and this time he is out. The previous ball, the keeper and the bowler had spoken, and the message was quite clear that he'll be tossing this one up and inviting the batsman, and Kavirasu walks into that trap and perishes. Is stumped. Have a look at that. Slows it in the air, brings it into his arc, but he misses this one, and an easy stumping for the wicketkeeper. Kavirasu stumped for 12 of 14 by Bobby with 1 boundary to his credit. Brings the number 5 onto the center. .91 more needed of the remaining 52 balls. And the required run rate now creeping up to 10.5. Ramesh Nawab in at number 5. Rami is facing Syed Raza onto the pads, plays it towards deep mid-wicket area. The fielder Akhil there comes around and fields the ball. A good throw towards the bowler with those strong arms, but still 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 98. So first 3 balls, 3 runs and a wicket. Pressure on the batsman to get a boundary of this ball or the following ball before they go into the last ball of the over. Don't want to leave everything a bit too late in the over or in the game, as this time slightly short. Cuts this one. The man there at covers. Yasir doing the fielding. These are the type of efforts that lift the morale of the team. Drop catches and misfieldings don't help your cause. Neither does it help your cause, nor does it help the team's cause. As Syed Raza this time drives this one down the ground towards long off for a single. 4 runs of the first 5 balls, last ball of the over. This time straight towards covers, and this time Yasir is the one who misfields. The ball racing towards the cover boundary. The fielder unable to stop that. So 4 more runs. Hitting the toe end of the bat over the man at covers. Yasir inviting that false stroke, and Zanal just chipping this one, but Yasser, the one fielder there, misfields, and it races away towards the boundary for 4 more. So 8 runs coming off the over. And at the end of 12 overs, 103 for 3, 84 more required of the remaining 48 balls as Akhil comes to bowl, giving Yasser Rashid a break. कैमरा यासिर की तरफ दिखाना, उधर उधर वो फील्डर की तरफ, वो बाहर बैठा है ना. एक मिनट मैं कमेंट करूंगा उस पे. उधर उधर रख. Yasser just going off the field, probably hurt his finger. They're bringing the 12th man to the center. Yes, Akhil to continue from bowling from round the wicket. He's bowling to Ramiz, who's batting 3 of 3. Zanal at the other end is batting 56 of 37 balls with 7 boundaries and a maximum. Akhil, experienced campaigner, bowls from round the wicket as Ramiz plays it towards short third for a single. Zanal quickly taking off the blocks to complete that single. Stocky right-hander now coming to the crease, coming to the striker's end. Onto the pads and towards the fine leg, the fielder unable to cut that off. So 4 runs to the total. 5 runs coming of the first 2 balls. Onto the pads, sweeps that one towards deep fine. The man at short fine leg is quite square, so he wasn't able to connect that ball. Have a look at that. Sits on one knee, sends us towards the fine leg area. The man at 45. Not able to cut that one. Now switching over the wicket. Score moves on to 108. Plays it towards short third for a single. So good comeback. A single and takes Zanal off strike. Brings Ramiz on to strike. Ramiz goes on the back foot, plays it towards deep mid wicket for a single. 7 runs coming of the first 4 balls. Akhil bowling to Zanal, who plays it with soft hands towards short point for a single. Score moves on to 111 with that single. Last ball of the over. This time plays it over the man at short fine, and the ball racing towards the fine leg area. Syed Raza trying to give the chase, but unable to cut it off. So 4 more runs to the total. Score moves on to 115. Another 72 runs remaining. Have a look at that. This time Rami is sweeping this one towards the short fine area, and the ball going towards the fine leg area for 4 more. 115 for 3 at the end of 13 overs, 72 of the remaining 7. Zanal places towards the extra cover area for 4 more. The fielder unable to cut it off, so boundary of the first ball. So boundary to start the over. Anthony coming into bowl and sent for a boundary of the first ball. Tossing this one up, inviting the drive, and Zanal doesn't miss out as this time edges this one onto his stump. So a good comeback. After giving away boundary of the first ball, he manages to bowl Zanal, who plays across the line. And this time, knowing that he had played across the line and paid the penalty for it, he's out for 66 of 42 with 9 boundaries and a maximum. And they've lost their 4th wicket at the score of 119. Have a look at that. Across the line, the ball was there to be played straight, but since he played across, ends up losing his stump. Out for 66. Bowled Anthony of 42 balls with 9 boundaries and 1 6 to his credit. And bring the game back again into balance. 68 required of the remaining 40 balls. New man in, Sagar Kalyan. Onto the pads, plays it towards short mid wicket. They complete a single, thinking of a second, but the man at mid on running to his right and keeping it down to a single. So Sagar Kalyan off the mark with that single. Takes the score on to 120, needing another 67 more of the remaining 39 balls. This time over the bowler's head for a single. Single completed, the slight misfield, thinking of a second but not to be. So good comeback from the bowler after giving away boundary of the first ball. Taking the wicket of Zanal, that was quite important, and then gives away 2 runs of the first 2 balls. There's 2 more balls remaining in this over. Slow, but plays it towards the man at square leg. They complete a single, but quick running brings them the second run as well. So 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 1, 2, 3 for 4. This last ball of the over coming up. 8 runs coming off it so far. Plays this towards the left of the man at long off. They want a second, but wisely sent back. So 9 runs of the over. Anthony just getting hit on the foot, and as the ball was sent back, so just limping a bit. 9 runs coming off it. 120 4 for 4 at the end of 13 overs. Saga batting 4 of 3 and Rami is batting 10 of 7. $63 more of 6 at 10.5. Farooq bowls to Sagar, who plays it towards long off for a single. Farooq had given 20 of the first 2 overs that he's bowled, so his captain will want a better show this time from him in the remaining 2 overs that is allotted to him. Full toss, plays it towards wide, long on, they complete one, and Sagar's quick across the wickets. 2 more, so 3 of the first 2 balls. $127 for 4. Rami is on strike. 12 of 8. Trying to cut this one too close to his body. So a dot ball. So 3 of 3. With 3 more balls left in the over. Somebody needs to take the onus and take a couple of risks to get a few runs. Onto the pads, but that's the height should be the issue. They complete 1 and they come back for 2 quite easily. There was never a doubt in the umpire's mind that that was not going to hit the sticks. So 2 more runs to the total. They come in the form of leg byes, but they wouldn't mind it as long as the runs are showing on the board. Score moves on to 129. Still a good over from Farooq so far. 5 of the first 4. Remember, they needed 10.5 at the start of the over. Now the dot ball. So 5 of 5. The pressure building with every dot ball or anything less than the required run rate. Last ball of the over has to be a boundary ball just to make sure that the required run rate doesn't jump up. Misses that one towards fine leg. The midfielder misses that one too. Syed Raza is quick across from deep square leg. He completes 2, wanting the third, but has to settle with 2. So still not a bad over with only 7 runs coming off it. 131 for 4 at the end of 15. Over number 16 to start as Sagar plays this with soft hands towards long off. By the time the fielder comes in, 2 more runs added, chance of an overthrow. The man was not backing up, so soft hands plays it towards the long off boundary, gets 2, and then the overthrow brings another extra run to the total. Score moves on to 134 with that 3. Plays it towards inside out towards the extra cover boundary. The ball races across the turf. 1 bounce into the fence she goes. So score moves on to 137. So 7 of the first 2 balls. Needing another 49 more of the remaining 28 balls. This time onto the pads, but probably going down leg side. Missed out on an opportunity, but nonetheless a leg bye to the total. Score moves on to 139. 48 more of 27 balls. Sagar drives this towards the long off area. A single, the captain Akhil there. Keeps it down to a single. This time drives down the ground, hits the non-striker, goes towards long off for a single. One more ball left in the over. 141 for 4. See what Sagar can do with this ball. Drives this towards long off. One more run. 142 for 4. 11 runs coming off that over. So 40 runs. 45 more of the remaining 4 overs at 11.25.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
ठीक है, ओके बाय। 445 is what the equation is. Starts off with a slow one, but a wide, so 1 run. Score moves on to 143, needing 44 of the remaining 24. Sagar batting 10 of 7 and Rami is batting 19 of 15. We have another game to follow after this one, where Orient will take on Daman. As Sagar plays this down towards long on, they take a single. So 2 runs of the first ball, counted ball, but they will need a boundary or 2 in the over. As this chase gets tighter by the every passing ball, if there is a boundary that is missed out. Again, wrapped on the pads, hurrying himself up, but doesn't make contact. .43 of the remaining 22. Nervous faces all around as this time goes on the back foot, cuts it towards point. Wouldn't mind that single. Yasir, the fielder, who is back onto the field, keeps it down to a single, brings Sagar onto strike. Sagar, he plays it in the air, plays it softly, so gets the chance of getting 2 more to the total. As the umpire signals 1 shot, so only 1 run will be added to the total. Just moves on to 146. Drives this towards covers. They complete a single. Score moves on to 147. Required run rate now reaches 12.63 with remaining 19 balls and 40 runs. Just a matter of couple of hits, and then that run rate just this time will be called for a wide again. It's not going to help. He's trying to slow the pace, asking the batsman to make all the effort, but at the moment has given away another extra run. They needed 45 at the start of the over. Has just given away 6 runs of the first 5 balls. That's not a bad effort. Just has to make sure he doesn't waste that over. This time drives this towards extra covers for a single there. So 1 more to the total remaining. Score moves on to 149 for 4, 38 more of the remaining 18 balls. Over number 18 to begin. Anthony to continue. Plays it in the air. 2 men converging, and in the end, they just manage a single. Keeper, as we have a change in the wicket keeper now. Sagar plays this in the air over the man at long off. The moment he hit that, he knew it was a maximum. So 6 runs of the second ball at the resumption. So 156 coming up. Score moves on to 156, needing another 31 of the remaining 16 balls. He's now batting 11 or 19 of 11 balls. A couple of more big blows, and this game ANIB still fancy themselves as Sagar plays this towards wide of long off. He completes a single, wanted the second, but Akhil's a very good fielder, runs across the ground, covers quite a bit of distance, picks it up and throws it back towards the bowler. One bounce near the stick, so one more run added. 8 runs coming of the first 3 balls. 30 of the remaining 15. Down the leg side will be called a wide, so 29 now of 15. Pressure on the bowler. He conceded a maximum as soon as they resumed after that mishap that was happened earlier in the over. So this time Ramesh is the one who sends us over the extra cover boundary for 6. Score moves on to 163, brings the equation down to 23 of 14, and Ramesh is now 28 of 20 with a couple of boundaries and a 6 now. So 2 sixes of this over. And Anthony is now 2.4 overs, 34 runs and 1 wicket to his credit. This time plays it softly towards the man at covers. Quickly takes off for that single. So 1 more run with 1 ball left in the over. 17 runs coming off this over so far with 1 more ball to spare. Nearly a wide, but a sweep towards shot, towards fine leg. The man had shot fine, didn't move a millimeter, and the ball races across this fast outfield, needing another 18 of the remaining 12 balls, and Sagar is now 24 of 13. So a big over which turns this game on its head. 20 runs coming off it. They needed 38 of 3 and now needing 18 of 2. 1. Farooq bowling to Ramesh, who plays it towards deep mid wicket, softly completes 1, comes back for the second. .50-run partnership already completed between these two. It's 52 now. Came in at the fall of the joint hands at the fall of Zanal's wicket, and since then have shepherded this innings. At this time, another full toss over the point boundary for 4. Score moves on to 175. Needing another 12 of the remaining 10 balls. They needed about 12 runs in over, just over and a half before, and now needing just 12 of the remaining 10 at 7.2. And Rami is now on 35 of 23 with 3 boundaries and 1 6. Sagar Kalyan just short of himself is batting on 24 of 13. Full toss drives this towards extra covers. They complete one, and by the time the fielder comes in, throws the ball back. 2 more to the total. .177 for 4. 10 of the remaining 9 balls. Eight of the first 3. Wanting to drive this past the bowler. Dot balls. So another 10 again. Another 10 needed of the remaining 8 balls. Just a matter of a couple of hits to the fence. It's cricket. It's a funny game. You never know when you can have a twist to the tail. They badly need a wicket, couple of wickets more likely if they get both these batsmen out, else as a late appeal by the wicket keeper, no support from any of the other fielders, so dot ball. 10 of the remaining 7. Last ball, big ball of the over and the game as edges this one, and agony for the Sukoon fielders as the ball takes the inner half of the bat, eludes the keeper, goes towards fine leg for 4. So 6 runs required of the last over. And Farooq Nazir completes his 4 overs with 37 runs. Gave away 8 runs of the first 3 balls, came back with a couple of dot balls and then a boundary to release all the pressure that was being built. Needing only 6 runs of the last over. Rami is batting 41 of 27 and Sagar Kalyan batting 24 of 13. Akhil comes in to bowl the last over of the game. Sagar plays it back. The ball hits Akhil's hands and Rami is found short. So a lucky breakthrough for Sukoon. They wouldn't be complaining about it. Have a look at that. Sagar plays it flat batted. Akhil just gets a hand to it and the ball hits the stumps. Rami is out of his crease and umpire says, "You're on your way, mate." 6 of the remaining 5 as Rami is run out for 41 of 27 with 4 boundaries and a maximum, but he's done his job, what was expected. He came in at a crucial time and his team needed him to stay there at the wicket, and then when the time was right, he put the pedal on the gas to take his team nearly home. men on the long on, long off boundary have to be on their toes. Wouldn't be a bad idea if he brings the long off a bit squarer, keeps a man at wideish long off as well, as Mohit decides to go up, and Sagar declining the single. Wants to make sure he completes it. He knows he's one hit away, but backs himself to do it. This time short, plays it towards deep mid wicket. They finish one, and they will want to come back for the second. By the time the throw is in, two more to the total. 4 runs required of the remaining 3 balls. Everybody on their toes right now, as a wicket here could really change the complexion of this game. As Akhil bowls to Sagar, slightly onto the pads. He misses this one, declines a single again. So another dot ball. Naveed is at the non-striker's end, he wanted to come in for that single, but Sagar still wants to keep strike. Plays it with inner half of the bat. They complete one, and they will come back for 2. So 2 runs required of the last ball. And an interesting game is coming towards the last ball. You never know what could be coming your way. As the last ball of the game coming up, does he bring the man in? Does he keep them at the circle? They are surely going to go for a single at least. That's the first thing that will be on their mind. What's in Sagar's mind is what matters the most. Just slightly quick delivery over the man at point, and a last ball finish. Relief for the ANIB Bulls, who win by 5 wickets off the last ball of the game. The fielder at the quicker delivery, and Sagar just got enough bat on it to send this over the point boundary for 4 runs and safely take his team home. And ANIB Bulls make a place for themselves in the finals of the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 11. Sukoon Insurance can take heart from the fact that they fought well but just fell short. As we have a look at the scorecard, Zanal out for 66 of 42 with 9 boundaries and 1 maximum. Mohammad Imran caught by Mahesh, bowled Tanveer for 18 of 12 with 4 boundaries. Hafizur Rahman bowled Yasir for 5 of 6. Kavir Rasu stumped by Bobby of the bowling of Syed Raza for 12 of 14 with 1 boundary. Ramiz Nawab run out by Akhil in the last over of the game. He was out for 41 of 27 with 4 boundaries and 1 maximum. Sagar Kalyan 32 of 19. Calm and composed, takes his team over the line with 2 boundaries and 1 maximum. And Naveed was there to partner him without scoring of no balls that he had faced. Extras 15, 4 leg byes, 11 wides, propelled the score to 189. And to see them home by 5 wickets, as we have a look at the Sukoon Insurance bowling card. Bowling card. We have a look in the bowling card of Sukoon Insurance. Farooq Nazir, 4 overs, 37 runs, no wicket. Tanveer Malik, 4 overs, 37 runs, 1 wicket. Akhil Das, 4 overs, 32 runs, no wicket. Yasir Rashid, 2 overs, 14 runs, 1 wicket. Syed Raza, 3 overs, 26 runs, 1 wicket. And Anthony, 3 overs, 39 runs, 1 wicket. The fall of wickets, Mohammad Imran was out at the score of 48 in 4.2. Hafiz was the next to go at 57 when at 6.3 overs. Kavir Rasu was out at the score of 96 of 11.2, and then Zanal was out at 119 of 13.2, and the last one, Rami's out at the score of 181 of 19.1. So ANIB Bulls make their way to the finals, beating Sukoon Insurance by 5 wickets, and we have the presentations coming up, followed by the second semi-final of the day between Daman Insurance and Orient Insurance. Stay tuned for that. Thank you. Welcome to the presentation of the first semi-finals that was concluded in the Super 8 game at the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 11 between ANIB Bulls and Sukoon. We'll speak to the Sukoon captain, Ranjit. Ranjit, hard luck, probably 15-20 runs short at the end of the day.
Yeah, like I said in the toss, we are short of, we are aiming 200 and we are end up in 185, 186. And power play, we can score more than this. That's why we lost actually.
Yeah, it's a tale of two halves. You had only 68 in the first 10 and then 119. And vice versa, they were 85 for 2 at the end of 10. So probably that's the only difference that you will be looking at the back of this game.
Yeah, actually we were in the game till 17th over. And unfortunately, 18th over went off like 21, 22 runs. That was really unfortunate. From there, game changed actually.
Anyway, hard luck. Well played by the boys, and we'll hope to see you come back next year stronger and have a good statement.
Sure. Thank you so much.
That's the captain from Sukoon. As we have the match official coming forward to give the trophy away. या मैन ऑफ द मैच का फोटो लेके उत्तम भाई को अभी भेज देना. ओके, वेट I'll call you. सर आप अंदर आ जाएं, थोड़ा और अंदर आ जाएं. Yeah. All right, we'll have the man of the match and the winning captain for today is Zanal from the ANIB Bulls, who will be collecting his trophy from the match official. Zanal, tense game, probably lucky to be on the right side of the result.
Yeah, very much tense. In fact, actually we were short of one batsman today. Actually, Sagar was injured. So we didn't want to expose him because he got badly injured. So we were short of one batsman. So it was like tense moment initially when, especially when Imran got out. So I had to do some Shitanga role. And later on, yeah, we wanted him on the field somehow. And then he did it for us. He and Ramesh played really well.
And the timing of your dismissal, you were going good. You were anchoring the innings well. You had it well under control, and then suddenly you played one false stroke and brought your team under a bit of pressure.
Yeah, actually at that stage, I think we had to have more than like 12 runs per over. So I got the first ball. I was able to hit for a boundary. I thought that would be the over where I can score maximum in that over. But unfortunately, I played the wrong shot and got out.
Anyway, congratulations with the win, and hope to see and yes, we will see you in the finals, and hopefully to see you lift the trophy today, next week.
Thank you so much.
Anyway, that's a conclusion for the first semi-final here. ANIB Bulls winning by 5 wickets and making their way to the finals. Sukoon make an exit right just before the final hurdle, and we'll have the toss of the second semi-finals between Daman Insurance and Orient Insurance. Stay tuned for some more action on a Super Saturday here in the Al Malik grounds at Ajman. Thank you.
and to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Let the journey begin. Who win this year's championship? Come feel the heat of this dream. Witness the strength and confidence of those who face these challenges.